my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
Let me set the scene for you. This story feels like it came straight out of a movie. What was meant to be a joyful birthday celebration for Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's daughter turned into an unexpected emotional whirlwind that left guests stunned. Everything started off beautifully. The venue was picture perfect, adorned with soft pink and gold decorations, adorable cupcakes, cheerful music, and a warm, cozy vibe. Teyana was radiant, not just in her look but in the way she carried the day, putting her all into creating a magical moment for her daughter. Guests mingled, laughed, and captured memories, not suspecting the emotional curveball ahead. That moment came when someone unexpected walked through the gate. Iman Shumpert, Teyana's ex, reportedly uninvited. His arrival caught everyone off guard. Some were confused, wondering if it had been a last-minute arrangement, but whispers began circulating quickly that he wasn't supposed to be there at all. Teyana's expression, according to people present, shifted instantly, though she kept her composure for the sake of the party. She pulled Iman aside for a private conversation, but nearby guests could tell it wasn't going smoothly. Witnesses said the tone grew tense, with both parties clearly holding back strong emotions. Teyana, who had been doing her best to remain calm and focused on her child, appeared visibly shaken, while Iman reportedly insisted on his right to be there, emphasizing that he didn't want to miss such an important milestone. The back and forth between them grew more intense, and the peaceful energy of the party shifted as concerned parents gently led their children away from the scene. At that point, what had been a private exchange spilled into something more public. Emotions, long buried or suppressed, seemed to erupt all at once. Guests say Teyana's voice eventually rose, and though she tried to maintain grace under pressure, her frustration reached a breaking point. According to those who saw it unfold, she finally exclaimed something that made it clear she had reached her limit. The moment was raw and real, a reminder that behind the polished images and curated moments are people navigating deep personal challenges. Eventually, the situation de-escalated, but the mood had clearly shifted. Some guests left early, unsure how to respond, while others tried to refocus the attention on the birthday child and bring the event back to a place of joy. It was a bittersweet day that started with beauty and love, but ended with a dose of unfiltered reality. The truth is, co-parenting isn't always clean or easy, especially under the public eye. And while no one wants drama at a child's party, sometimes unresolved pain has a way of showing up, no matter how well the day is planned. It wasn't just a quiet disagreement behind closed doors. What went down between Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert at their daughter's birthday party was loud, public, and captured by more than a few phones filming for social media content. The moment Teyana pointed and told Iman to get out, the party atmosphere froze. Guests say her voice rang out over the music, silencing everyone, including the kids. Iman didn't respond with words. Instead, his expression changed. Some said it looked like regret. Others said he simply shut down. He placed the gift bag on the table, turned around and walked out without saying another word. But the damage was already done. The joyful, Pinterest-perfect party Teyana had worked so hard to create was suddenly clouded by emotional tension. Though she tried to slip back into hostess mode, it was clear the situation had left her shaken. Guests began leaving early, not out of disinterest, but because the emotional weight of the moment was simply too heavy. That night, social media lit up with clips and commentary. Blurry 6.deos surfaced on TikTok and Instagram showing snippets of the confrontation, and Twitter threads exploded with debates, some siding with Iman, saying he had every right to be there as a father, others defending Teyana's boundaries and her attempt to protect the energy of the day. Not long after, both posted cryptic but telling messages. Teyana shared a story that read, "Protect your peace even when it hurts," offering no explanation, yet leaving little doubt about what she meant. Iman countered with a photo of him and their daughter from a previous birthday, captioned, "Always worth the chaos." That one post alone divided the internet. Some praised his attempt to be a present dad, others slammed him for stirring up unnecessary drama. What unfolded wasn't just a messy moment. It cracked open a much bigger conversation about co-parenting through emotional fallout. Teyana and Iman weren't just a celebrity couple. They were once seen as a symbol of Black love, admired for their chemistry and shared success. So when they split, it felt like the unraveling of a fairy tale. And now, every tense interaction between them becomes part of a saga the public can't seem to stop watching. People close to Teyana say she's exhausted, tired of Iman popping in and out, acting the part of devoted dad in public but being inconsistent privately. According to one source, she had clearly asked that this party be peaceful and low-key, and had made it known that if Iman truly wanted to be part of their daughter's life, he needed to communicate better and respect boundaries. Meanwhile, sources close to Iman paint a different picture. They say he feels pushed out, not just from Teyana's life but from his daughter's too. He's reportedly frustrated, hurt, and believes Teyana is shaping the narrative to make him look like the bad guy. From his point of view, all he wanted was to be present for his daughter's big day, no matter what was going on between the adults. Still, showing up uninvited might have done more harm than good. And then there's Aaron Pierre. His noticeable absence only added fuel to online speculation about where things really stand between him and Teyana. Some believe Aaron Pierre's absence from the birthday party was intentional, a quiet way to avoid escalating an already emotional situation. Others speculate it might signal a shift in his relationship with Teyana Taylor, which, until recently, appeared strong and united. Adding more intrigue to the moment is Aaron's complete silence. Known for occasionally dropping subtle, poetic messages, lyrics, quotes, or indirect sentiments, he's remained completely quiet this time. No posts, no stories, not even a sighting. And in a scenario where nearly everyone else has responded through public actions, cryptic messages, or emotional gestures, Aaron's decision to stay silent is speaking volumes. Whether he's stepping back out of respect, emotional uncertainty, or intentional distance, his absence is now part of the larger story people are following closely. Meanwhile, since the party incident, communication between Teyana and Iman Shumpert has reportedly gone cold. There's no more direct dialogue, only messages exchanged through legal channels or trusted intermediaries. According to sources close to the situation, things have grown tense enough that another court appearance may be on the horizon, possibly to revisit custody arrangements or establish firmer boundaries around co-parenting, particularly in public spaces. If that happens, what's already emotionally charged could become even more complicated, both in legal terms and on a personal level. Online, public opinion remains sharply divided. Some believe Teyana may have overreacted and that Iman, as a father, had every right to be present on such an important day. Others strongly support her decision to set boundaries, especially if past experiences have left her feeling vulnerable or disrespected. But regardless of where people stand, there's one thing nearly everyone agrees on. Their daughter should never have been caught in the middle. What should have been a day of joy and celebration became overshadowed by unresolved tension, miscommunication, and emotional wounds that clearly haven't healed. It's painful to consider, especially knowing that at the heart of this public unraveling is a little girl who likely just wanted both her parents to be present and at peace, if only for one day. She's too young to understand the layers of pride, hurt, and history playing out around her. And in situations like this, there are rarely clean resolutions, just the hope that healing is still possible. What was meant to be a beautiful moment turned into something that exposed deeper rifts in relationships and blurred boundaries between public persona and private pain. As fans and followers continue to watch closely, speculation only grows. Will Iman speak out and clarify his side of the story? Will Teyana offer more insight or continue protecting her space in silence? And what about Aaron? Will he remain in the background, or is he preparing to step forward? At this point, there are more questions than answers, and the lack of clarity has only fueled more conversations. The party marked a turning point, not just in co-parenting dynamics but in public perception. It became a flashpoint that revealed more than just surface-level drama. It reflected the emotional complexity of post-breakup parenting, the weight of personal healing, and the challenges of moving on while under constant public scrutiny. For Teyana, it appears her focus is shifting inward, on her children, her work, and protecting her peace. For Iman, the struggle seems to lie between holding on to fatherhood and navigating the fallout of a relationship that once defined both their public and private lives. And as for Aaron, his quiet presence or absence raises new questions about how he's navigating being a partner in the midst of all this. Is he the calm within the storm, or is he unsure of his place in the middle of such a charged situation? If there's one takeaway from everything that's unfolded, it's that in today's world, privacy is increasingly rare. A single post, a moment captured on video, or a vague caption can ignite endless speculation. These moments don't stay contained, they grow, evolve, and reshape themselves into the next headline or trending topic. And with so many eyes watching, it seems clear that this story is far from over. Whatever happens next, whether it's reconciliation, reinvention, or redirection, it's unfolding in real time, shaped not just by the people at the center of it, but by a digital audience that never stops watching. One thing's certain, the next chapter is coming, and whether they're ready for it or not, all eyes will be on how they choose to turn the page.